Things are about to go down. Madlanga team has officially been given Feroz Khan's phones. The same phones this man was panicking and running to court to protect. But what exactly was in those phones that made him so scared? Well, according to Khan himself in his own affidavit, he accidentally confesses that these seized cell phones contain information that could lead to death and assassinations. This is the same Feroz Khan who has been acting like a firewall, protecting the darkest secrets of the political elite and the Ramaphosa administration. But there's something even darker that was already revealed at the Madlanga Commission about General Khan and a drug cargo. And I'm about to show you that missed part right now. Welcome to the show. Please smash that like button. It's free. Let's get into it.
At one stage, when these members were still in custody, I received a call from Major General Kadwa that this was supposed to be Major General Khan.
Okay.
Major General Commissioner is on omission. Major General Khan is requesting that we go to prison to interview Pakula, since he wants to tell me something, and I went to prison with Warrant Officer Pume and Warrant Officer Mbowane, and I asked Pakula about what does he want to talk to me. The only thing, it was supposed to be this typing error, the only thing Pakula wanted to tell me was that he is working with General Khan. Those are his drugs. That is what now Pakula is telling me in prison. I then informed him that you already appeared. The statement The statement you are, in fact, it was supposed to, you are making will be inadmissible. I checked with him, since he's an investigator, if he can bring it to the attention of the prosecutor, but he did not agree. In short, because
Are you suggesting that within SAPS statements are never supplemented? A particular witness's statement is never ever supplemented. Is that what you are saying?
No. This is an accused person. He's an arrested person, Commissioner. In his own statement, he stated...
Yes, that is so. That is so. The so-called warning statement, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
are you saying a warning statement is never ever supplemented?
No.
Why not?
I think when he wanted to tell me, because already he said he's engaging...
Why not? Why is a warning statement never supplemented?
Commissioner, and
I'm not saying it is. I don't know. I'm not a member of SAPS. I want to understand from you, why is a warning statement never ever supplemented?
Commissioner, when you take warning statement, there are certain indications, and then that you have to interview and warn him against incriminating himself.
You can simply either remind them of the warning you gave or give a fresh warning and then supplement the statement. Why is that not possible?
I felt it was not possible, Commissioner.
I'm sorry?
That was my feeling, that it will not be possible for me to obtain such.
You don't know for a fact?
I don't know for a fact.
Oh, thank you.
Colonel, did you mean inadmissible, or you meant that it would be contradictory, or...
No, I was telling him that which will be telling me may end up being inadmissible in court, and of which I think I was just responded to the Commissioner when I was questioning about, do you think there must not be an additional statement that after correction we have been...
Do you mean it will be inadmissible if you repeat it? I don't understand what you mean when you say...
Yes, I was telling him that which I will be taking from you, it will be inadmissible.
If you say it.
No, if I'm taking that
If you
statement,
take another statement.
if I am taking him, so the best thing, we must first engage the public prosecutor. That is what I'm telling you. To check, so and so is coming up with these new allegations. Are you comfortable with me and you approaching to prosecutor? This is me with Pakula. Then he did not agree with that. So I ended up not obtaining such.
Colonel, given the nature of this, whether it's an admission or new information, did you not find it prudent to investigate what he was saying or anything? Because it seems like a significant allegation unless you felt differently.
No, it is indeed significant allegation.
Yes.
Yes.
You see, off the top of my head, possible restrictions might be those that relate to admissions and confessions, for example. But if he wants to say these are General Khan's drugs, not mine, so it's not as if he wanted to implicate himself or anything. So off the top of my head, I don't know what the impediment would be. I'm not saying there wouldn't be. As I said, I'm not a SAPS member. And,
No, but you are correct, Commissioner.
Yeah.
That assertion is correct.
Yes, Ms. Powe.
And Colonel, here is somebody you suspect to have been involved, giving you what is a lead, and you didn't find it important to follow up on it or anything?
I did not get that.
So this is a person you've arrested for being complicit in the commission of this crime, and
Yes.
he's given you a lead and saying this is the person, the owner of the drugs. You didn't find it prudent to then investigate what he was saying?
As the investigating officer, I will have to take it, but with caution, Commissioner. So, I did not know what the intention, whether the intention was to mislead, me or to assist.
Yes, hence the need to investigate or check it out or something.
And that is why I'm agreeing that which you were saying, indeed, is another thing that needed an investigation. I'm agreeing.
So did
that
you,
allegation.
Did you investigate?
Here's a member who informs you or alleges to you that these drugs belong to General Khan. And by the way, when he testified yesterday, Warrant Officer Pakula says he did say to General Khan when they met that they say these drugs are yours. So there's that kind of talk. And he says it's corridor talk. But he says this to you. Do you not, and he says this about a general, a leader in the organization. Did you report it to anybody?
I was sent by General Kadwa. Then I brought the information back to him.
To Kadwa?
To Kadwa.
Okay.
That, General, I could not obtain Pakula's statement because I don't know whether he's misdirecting me or he's assisting me. But this is the allegation. He is saying those drugs belong to General Khan.
Okay, so we must ask General Kadwa, what did you do about this information that Colonel Sibula shared with you?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, my apologies. Colonel, you are then sent there by General Kadwa, who said that it was General Khan who is requesting that you go there. Am I correct?
Yes.
And then then you are told of the allegations about General Khan's involvement, then you go back and tell General Kadwa.
Correct.
And I guess I'm trying to understand, he tells you that this comes from General Khan, and then you relay the information right back to the sender. Okay. Then we can go to paragraph 26.
26. Their case was enrolled and remanded for formal bail hearing, which was granted in a week after their release. I received call from...
Sorry, Colonel.
Okay. Their case was enrolled and remanded for formal bail hearing, which was granted. In a week after their release, I received a call from IPID. I cannot remember the caller, but he was requesting for the copy of the criminal docket. I did not agree to the request, and I informed the caller to send the request via the office of the provincial head.
And just for clarity, you didn't agree because the request was sent to the wrong person, or why didn't you agree?
I cannot agree for anybody to just say, send me a copy of the docket. Because
so it was not done procedurally?
It was not done procedurally.
All right.
The following...
oh, yes.
Oh, sorry. The following week, I received...
no, my apologies. I just wanted to ask, what did you make of the IPID investigation? Or the fact that at that stage there was this investigation happening?
I did not understand why do they want the copy of the dockets of drugs. That, to me, the reason, other reasons why I was saying, let's officialize this, write an email to the office. In the email, I think it will be detailed. What information do they want in the docket?
Colonel, I was just asking you about what did you make about IPID investigating you at this stage, not necessarily the request for the docket.
No, that was not necessary for them to investigate because, in fact, they were not telling me that they are investigating me. They are saying we have been instructed, we want to see the copy of that docket.
Okay. So at this stage, they hadn't informed you of the investigation. All they were requesting is a copy of the document.
They were just requesting that I was not informed.
Then, Colonel, in relation to Officer Mahani being seated in the vehicle, did you come to know of General Khan ever being on the scene?
It's the next day. We've heard from other witnesses that General Khan arrived on the scene and spoke to people, gave instructions. We've heard that from Warrant Officer Pakula, and we've heard it, I think, from Mahane as well. It might be Stein as well, might have testified to that. You don't say anything about him in your statement, his presence at the scene on the 9th. Do you want to explain that?
Commissioners, I have not seen General Khan, but it only came to my knowledge that when I was just checking to say, there is this information that General Khan was there, but myself, I did not even engage with him. Then I was informed that there were two, in fact, there were two generals, except for General Kadwa.
The other general?
They mentioned other general. I can't remember the same name, but I was told there were two generals.
He says, after General Khan arrived at the scene, he took over the scene and interviewed the first responder to the scene. Can you see that?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
And then he goes on to say that General Khan he was standing next to Mashaba, and I heard him saying, "Who called the general here? We want to leave with our things. If he didn't come here, we were going to leave. People like to call too much." I can make or start to call also if it will end up. He says, at 11:55, I received a telephone call from Major General Khan of CI, who also asked, me whether I had a Colonel Maluleke reporting to me, and that was in charge of the narcotic investigation within my unit, to which I responded in the affirmative. The general further stated that he was going to arrest my member who was on the scene, namely Colonel Maluleke and Sergeant Masuma, from my unit for defeating the course of justice. I informed the general that if they have grounds to do so, Officer Pakula, who then showed them the truck and said that the yellow truck was transporting drugs from Durban Harbour, and also pointed us to a truck driver who was also placed under arrest. Warren Pakula asked me to search the truck and my goodness, I can't read that word, on the compartment, and was distracted by an African male who was called Rikotso, as they denied us entry or exiting the scene, so I can use the dog, and also accused us of coming to escort the drugs all the way from Pretoria. And there he deals with General Khan and informed them that General Khan, we were also asked by General Khan of our involvement on the scene, and further informed him that our commander gave us permission to come. So he covers also General Khan's intervention. You'll see in paragraph 3, he deals with why they left the scene. And that was because the dog was in the motor vehicle in the sun, and they informed General Khan that the dog was dehydrating. And it was at that point I again received a call from General Khan, who asked me if the member, Warrant Officer Pakula, informed about the operation. I told him that he called me and informed me about the operation. He further told me that he was going to arrest the member because his story does not make it up. Does not. I'm going to go perhaps saying that the story doesn't add up. Right. So in addition to the officers, Mahani and Pakula, who speak about General Khan's involvement, his participation is also confirmed by all of these people that were contacted by General Khan from the scene where he was making inquiries about the members' presence. And what is also significant about what the supervisors say, so Bok and Sipungu, they say very clearly that General Khan informed them that their members were going to be arrested. So it seems to me that General Khan played a significant role at the scene. Mohoboya goes as far as saying that he was in charge of the scene at a particular point. And so to me, your answer to Commissioner Baloyi seems insufficient because it appears from the docket that Khan played a very significant role, at least in the time that he was there. And just to say that General Kadwa does also confirm that General Khan was at the scene and gave him a briefing.
I think I have answered it to say, I never interacted with General Khan. I even further say, fall on the issue that can you dispute the fact that General Khan was there? I am still saying, I can't dispute if he was there, but the only thing that I never had any contact with General Khan.
I suppose, Colonel.
If he had taken over the scene, would you not have seen that? Because one of the statements that Ms. Bowe referred us to says that General Khan took over the scene. If that had happened, would you not have seen it?
Commissioners,
especially as I understand the situation, you were now in charge of the scene, or not?
It would never have happened when I'm in charge of the scene.
Yes.
Unless
so how do you explain the statement that says he took over the scene?
No, I'm saying when I took over the scene, I got it from Sergeant Ndo.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
So which would mean that he either took the scene over from you or further down the line from somebody who might have taken it over from you. But I don't think anybody else took it over from you. So would you not have seen him if he had taken over the scene?
I would have seen him. Unless if he came before me, because when I look at the time frame, they speak about someone is saying 9, the other one is saying 10. But I don't want to use...
Before does not look possible.
So,
not on the information that we have. I'm saying before does not look possible.
It does not look possible. Even in my presence, it did not happen.
So my question then is, are you able to explain the statement that says that at some stage he took over the scene?
No, he did not.
Thank you.
You see, what he says in his statement, this is General Khan, he says when he left the scene, he left General Kadwa in charge of the scene. That's what Khan says. He's at the scene at some point that you say you were in charge of. He approached the members who were standing next to the black bakkie, so we know he was at the scene.
Yes.
In fact, Pakula does say that he was, at some point, they were made to stand next to the bakkie. He introduced himself as Khan. I asked them what they were doing there. Then one of them was Maluleke, told me that this was his operation and that he was from the DPCI Pretoria. These are the members that are standing next to the black vehicle. Yes. I asked him who his commander was, and he said, Colonel Bok. He gave me the number whom I called. Bok told me he was not aware of the operation. I think Ms. Bowe has done that with you. And then he says, I then saw a member that I recognized on the scene, Warrant Officer Pakula. And Pakula does say that this man was there. And we know that Pakula would have been, on your version, you cordoned the scene. So Pakula would have been there because in the end, he's one of the people that are arrested. Khan says, I saw Pakula there.
Correct.
And asked him the same question, requested the number of his superior. He then spoke to Mahane, the member who was driving the black bakkie. Told me his name, asked him for the details of his superior, and he told me that he didn't know he was just about to accompany his friend Mashaba to the operation. I decided that more investigation is required. I called Kadwa. So General Khan calls Kadwa General Khan is on the scene, he calls Kadwa, General Kadwa rather. I requested him to come to the scene. I also called General Lekalakala. I think
General
that's
Lekalakala
the
was there,
general
yes.
you wanted. So Khan is placing himself on the scene. And he also calls Kadwa. You say you were told later that Kadwa was there standing. And then he called somebody else, Maisela, who is the commander of Mashaba, who told him they were looking for Mashaba and they didn't know about the operation. Kadwa and Lekalakala arrived on the scene. He explained the situation to them. After a few minutes, I left the scene. And then I informed my divisional commissioner, and then I received a call from Sipungo who asked me for permission to visit the scene. I told him to please contact Quad Kadwa, who was left in charge of the scene. So on General Khan's account, you were never in charge of the scene. That's on his account. You were never on the scene. And this is a statement, it's part of the docket. You were never in charge of the scene. Kadwa was in charge of the scene. What I'm seeking to make sense of is in your statement, you don't mention Kadwa. In your evidence, you say you were told he was there. So on your account, he was just inactive there. But Khan places him on the scene. Pakula makes him active on the scene, because Pakula explains this is what Khan did, which coincides with what Khan has done here in his statement. We've also seen WhatsApp exchanges between Khan and Pakula, which confirm that Khan was on the scene. So that you don't mention him at all, and is the first curiosity, but two, and Kadwa as well. One, and then two, that you say you could not have seen him, you didn't see him. It's difficult to comprehend. If you were in charge, so in my mind, it would make sense if you were not in charge of the scene, right? If you were not placing yourself as the in charge of the scene, I would say, I can see how you may have missed him. You know, maybe you were focusing on other things. But as the in charge of the scene, forget for now that there's this contradiction here of who was in charge of the scene, in fact, because you say you were, Khan says he was, and then he says he left Kadwa in charge of the scene. Forget for a second that. If you were in charge of the scene, you would have known Khan is there, given how he describes what he was doing. Forget what Sapea says and the strangeness in his statement. Let's work just with what Khan himself says, that a general who places himself as being that active on a scene, either you were not on the same scene with him, and so you didn't see any of that, or he's being untruthful about being on the scene and being as active, or you are the one that's being untruthful about seeing him, not seeing him on the scene, and therefore not accounting for him. But that also goes for Kadwa as well. I think there has to be an explanation for that, which is at best curious. And maybe let me finish off by saying that even if you had not seen him on the scene, you come to know, you say, through the IPID process. And for purpose of our discussion now, I'm prepared to assume or accept that it's the first time you came to know that Khan was on the scene when you're now dealing with the IPID process.
So let's tie all of these threads together, because the picture it paints is absolutely terrifying for the future of this country. For years, we were sold the lie that Feroz Khan was just a rogue intelligence officer. a guy who occasionally stepped out of line, but fundamentally served the state. But the Madlanga Commission just ripped the mask completely off. Let's go back to the tape we just watched. Warrant Officer Steve Pakula, sitting under oath, testified about the infamous 2021 Eraton drug bust. We are talking about 715 kilograms of pure cocaine, a 286 million shipment tracked from Brazil, found hidden inside a shipping container of truck parts. When the raid happened, the scene was absolute chaos. Police officers were allegedly trying to steal the drugs themselves. But who miraculously shows up to take control of the crime scene? Major General Feroz Khan. But here is the absolute chilling part, the part that proves we are dealing with a mafia state. Pakula testified that it was an open secret, corridor gossip, that the 286 million cargo actually belonged to Khan. When Pakula sat down with Khan and told him point blank, "The streets are saying those are your drugs," Khan didn't get angry. He didn't launch an investigation. He didn't defend his honor as a senior police officer. According to sworn testimony, he just laughed. He laughed. A 286 million cocaine shipment gets busted, and the head of counterintelligence finds it funny that everyone thinks he owns it. And now, bring it all back to today. Look at Khan's urgent, panicked court affidavit. The man who laughed off a multi-million rand cocaine bust is suddenly terrified. Why? Because the Madlanga Commission now has his cell phones. This was never just about protecting politicians from bad PR. Khan wasn't just a political fixer. The evidence suggests he was a crucial node in a transnational drug cartel operating from inside the South African police service. And those cell phones, they are the ledger. They hold the receipts, the WhatsApps, the encrypted messages, the exact network of who got paid off to let the cartels operate with impunity. When Khan talks about assassinations and loss of life in his affidavit, he isn't warning us about national security threats. He is warning his political bosses that the cartel is about to be exposed, and the cartel does not leave loose ends. The firewall is broken. The phones are in the hands of the investigators. The only question left is, who is going to fall first when the data finishes downloading? Thank you for watching the Mr. T podcast. We rely completely on you to keep the lights on and keep the truth flowing. So please hit that subscribe button, share this video everywhere, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think was on the other end of Feroz Khan's text messages? I'm Mr. T, and I'll catch you in the next one.